Hi, congratulations on your new RV. We're really excited for you. Please make sure before you're signing that you bring the following items with you. If you're a cash buyer, please make sure that you bring a cashier's check, no personal checks at time of signing, or you may bring actual cash. If you're a finance customer, please make sure that you bring proof of insurance listing your specific lien holder. If you need that information, please call us ahead of time. Also, make sure that you bring all valid driver's license of all persons that will be listed on the title. If you have a trade that you're trading in with us, please make sure that you bring your 10-day payoff, as well as your title and all persons who will be listed on the title of that trade. Arrive 30 minutes early before your appointment time so we can properly inspect your unit, and also make sure that you have the fridge on and running prior to arrival. If you have any questions, please feel free to give us a call at 810-686-0710. Thanks so much. Have a great day.
Hello, this is Mike with TradeWinds RV Center, here to congratulate you on your purchase of your Flagstaff Microlite 21 FBRS travel trailer. I'm going to walk you around it, show you how to use a few things and get the best out of your camping experience. Let's start by talking about arriving at the campsite. A couple things to take into consideration when parking. Your campsite, leave plenty of room for your awning to come out. And on your off campsite, of course, your slide, leave room for that to come in and out. Even though you've got awning covers, preferably nothing hanging over top of it. Then I want you to leave yourself a nice walking path, because the next thing you need to think about is where your power and water connections are. They are both at the rear of your unit, on your off camp side, almost to the very back corner, or your driver's side of your tow vehicle. So park accordingly so you can utilize the facilities at the campsite. Once you arrive, first thing we're going to do after unhooking your hitch is level your unit. The unit comes with a power tongue jack, night docking light should you arrive at night. Simply raise or lower the unit until it's level. If you lose power, under this rubber stopper right here is a manual override for this hand crank. Get that on there. You can get this up and down off your jack if you don't have power. Speaking of power, check your battery posts when you arrive. Make sure those haven't wiggled loose going down the road. Once we got our unit level, next thing we're going to do is stabilize it. All four corners of the unit have these stabilizing jacks. 3/4 inch hand crank. You can use an impact driver or drill gun, run these down in a matter of seconds. But if you get to the bottom, you want to slow down, because remember, these are stabilizing jacks. I recommend jack pads. Jack pads are going to protect the feet of your stabilizing jacks from dirt, debris, and hot blacktop. Keep them from sinking into the ground. Use your 10% off coupon, grab a 4-pack of those and run these down just until they're taut. Once you have any type of resistance on your hand crank, go ahead and stop. Because remember, our unit's already level, we just want to get it stable. Get all four of them laying down, got our unit level and stable. Power plugs in the back here, big long 30 amp cord. Put it in, twist it to the right, and then put on your black washer. Once your black washer's on, you're nice and snug. Should you need to plug in at home or any other 110, your convenience pack is a 30 down to 15, so you can plug into a 110. Got our power hooked up, let's hook up our water. At the campsites, you're going to hook up to this city water connection. First and foremost, your water pressure regulator. This water pressure regulator is going to reduce the water pressure to 40 to 50 psi. It's going to protect the lines in your unit. Use this when putting fluid in here. Hook that up, hook up your hose, but don't turn your hose on yet. Let's find your hot water heater. Coming back up here on your off camp side, toward the front, is your hot water heater. All we're doing at this point, folks, just put a little plumber's tape around here, and that putty will gum up on you, and get your rod and drain plug back in there. Once that's back in there nice and snug, you can go ahead and turn on your hose. If your hose has been on for a little while, you can go and deploy this slide if you need to. Our unit's level and stable. What I need you to do is go inside and open up all your water taps. Get all the air out of the lines. Once you got a steady flow of water going through them, shut them off, and then you can go ahead and turn on your hot water heater, because you know that it's full. Now let's say we're going to go camping and we're not going to hook up at a campsite. We're going to go boondocking or dry camping. In that case, we'll simply fill up this potable water. No need for a water pressure regulator here. Simply use a hose. Don't leave it unattended. As you're filling it, 2 ways to tell when it's full. One, there's an overflow valve right here. Or 2 on the inside where you got buttons to check your battery level in your black and gray tanks. There's also a freshwater button. Once that freshwater tank is full, remove your hose. Put your cap back on, and then whenever you want to utilize that water, you'll turn on your water pump. Remember, don't turn on your water pump when using city water. That's already pressurized. Alright, we got you set up with power and water. I'm going to go ahead and walk you around the rest of the outside of the unit, starting on your off-camp side. You have a docking light here. Big storage area. There's a table for your lip on the other side. I'll show you. Big long table over there you can remove. Fresh water again. Hot water heater. Fresh water drain. That's where you dump that fresh water tank. Some storage in your slide. Speaking of slides, on your wipers, you want these to stay pliable. So there is actually a fluid that you can apply to those. Docking station. City water. Cable or satellite. Black tank flush. We'll talk about that when leaving the campsite and dumping our black tanks. And here's your antifreeze inlet where you put your hose and turn on your water pump to put your antifreeze in. So you have to bypass your water heater for that. Again, your power and your black and gray dump tanks. Come around to the back of the unit, you do have an outdoor shower with hot and cold water. You're also prepped for a Furrion backup camera. Device you can purchase from our store that sits on the dash of your tow vehicle, giving you a backup camera for the unit. You also have a ladder. Utilize it. Go up there a couple times a year, check the seams of your roof, and caulk as needed with recommended RV roof caulking. Coming over to your campsite, your awning. Show you something on that. It's raining. You want all the rain to come to this end. You do have this pitch adjust. That'll run all the rainwater off it. Keep your campsite dry down here. You can do that from either end. A couple outdoor speakers, a porch light. That is a vent for your microwave. You're prepped for a TV out here. 110s and cable. This is a flue for your furnace. Two things on that. Make sure it's never blocked. And if you're running your furnace, steer clear of it. It will get hot. Here's your low point drain. Quick connect LP. Indoors you have a stand and a griddle that'll connect out here. There's where your TV can mount. The other side of your pass-through storage with that removable table I told you about. You're also prepped for solar. You can hook up a solar panel here and that'll trickle charge your batteries. Your propane does come with a cover and a regulator. Simply point it toward the tank you wish to be using, lefty-loosey to open. And lastly, down here underneath your propane is your battery disconnect. That'll disconnect all the battery power to the unit. That'll come important later when I talk about your carbon monoxide propane detector. That about covers everything out here. Let's go take a look inside. First thing I like to point out in every unit is the fire extinguisher. Make sure that you and everyone that's camped with you knows that the fire extinguisher is located at the entry doorway in case of emergency. So you're right at 110. Now all the way up on the top is going to be your control panel. So here's your Wi-Fi ranger information. That'll allow you to pick up better Wi-Fi at campsites. Here's a button that you can hold down to see your brand new battery, your fresh black and gray tanks. Here's that Wi-Fi booster. Here's where you turn on your water pump if using potable water, your water heater if using gas, your water heater if using electric. Choose correctly. Your tank heater, if you're in inclement weather, that'll turn on a pad on your tanks. Interior lighting, porch lighting, awning lighting, and step. Your slide control and your awning. On your awning, I want to show you, you only want to run that out until you see that flap fall down to 90 degrees and you can see your metal bar. That will continue to roll itself out and roll itself up backwards. So keep an eye on it as you run it out. And make sure that you don't run it out too far. Below that, I'll show you that you can control your awning, slides, and lights all from the app. Put this app on your phone, Google Play or App Store. You also have a tire pressure monitoring system that I'm going to send you a separate video directly from Truck System Technologies explaining how that works. Got our awning in. Let's continue through the unit. Coming to my right, we have a self-explanatory microwave. Got some individual lighting here above your sink. Above your stove you have a light and a fan. Down here you have a glass top. Makes an excellent backsplash. Turn on your panel light. Turn this to high. Hit your spark and there's your flame. Rock that panel light down for an oven light. Same thing on the oven. There's no pilot light. Turn this to light. Hit your spark and that'll light down here, and then set it to the desired temperature. Over here is your TV sound system. Won't pick up much indoors here, but I just want to show you you got 3 zones in here. When you turn them blue, it turns them on indoors, up front here, or outdoors. Bluetooth compatible, AM, FM. I don't know if I pick up anything in here, but really nice sound system for my RV. Down here is your solar control panel. What this does, and the only purpose of this, is to keep your solar panels from overcharging your batteries. 12-volt batteries at 13.2, that's average for these. I am also going to send you a separate video from GP Electric specifically on this. You have one concern with that, and that's just making sure that you have it set at the proper battery, and the video will show you that. Coming in here to your bedroom area, you know, you got your charging ports, 110s. You have a hand crank open vent there. Here is your griddle and stand that's set out outside. This, of course, you know, will jackknife down to a bed. Simply lift the front and lay it all down. Over here's your thermostat. Let's turn the air on. So air kicked on quickly. Cut the air off. Turn the furnace on. Here's the furnace kick on. Now you'll notice when I shut the furnace off, it takes a few minutes for the furnace fan to cycle through before it shuts off. Coming over to your fridge, you do have a travel handle. I want to make sure that you have this moved over here so your doors don't pop open on you. And down below your fridge is going to be your access panel to your breaker box and fuses. Ton of 15s, 30, 20, 40, variety. So have a handful of those with you when you go camping. Next to that is your 12-volt carbon monoxide propane detector. The reason I mention that's 12 volt, it's always running off your battery. So if you are out dry camping, nothing plugged in charging your battery, and you're going to be gone for the day, use that battery disconnect on the front tongue to shut your battery off to keep this from running your battery down while you're gone. In your bathroom, you do have a power exhaust vent in here. Turn that on, that will open and turn on. Make sure when you travel that you have this snapped open, or closed, excuse me. And you also have 110 with GFCI reset in here. And that about covers everything on the inside. Let's act like we're leaving the campsite and get ready to close the unit up. What I like to do is shut off my interior lights. Then I can see any individual lights I've left on. That looks to be the only one. Turn my interior lights back on. Fast button. Doors and drawers. Make sure all doors and drawers are closed, especially the ones on the end of your bed, so your slide doesn't catch on it. Slide room in. Slide rooms in, shut off your interior lights, and exit the unit. Now the biggest thing on these steps, folks, is you want to make sure this exterior door is all the way open so this doesn't catch on it. Set this inside, pull it over to lock that in. Lock and deadbolt your exterior door, lift and turn your door is ready for travel. At this point, we're going to hook our power, our water, and our cable. And we're going to hook up and head on up to our dump station. Now at our dump station, you're going to park accordingly. Again, your dump is going to be all the way at the rear of the unit. Now at this point, we're all set up. We can go ahead and dump our tanks. If you were out boondocking, you could dump this out there. Your freshwater tank. Come back around to your campsite. Open up these low point drains. Once them are done, come back around to your hot water heater. I'm going to lift up on this pressure release valve. That's going to dump the remainder of your hot water out. Make sure you push that back down or your door won't close. Then you can pull your drain plug. And come on back to your dump. That 10-foot hose, hook it up and pull your black handle. Now you can do one of two things. You can sit and listen for it to be done, or go inside and press the black tank button and that'll tell you if this is still full. Once it's empty, leave that black handle open, again with your water pressure regulator. Pick the hose at the dump station and hook it up to the tank flush. Turn that hose on for a good 5 minutes. Let that wash out your black tank. Once that's done, unhook your hose. Make sure all that washout has drained. Then close your black handle, pull your gray handle. Now your gray handle is going to be cleaner water, it's your sinks and your showers. Once you know that's done, close your handle, take your sewage hose, and conveniently and sanitarily store it right here in your bumper. I do one-handed, but that's where it'll go. Again, thank you guys so much for your purchase. Hope you enjoy this Microlite for many years to come. Happy camping.